There's a quiet knowing inside you that whispers, "You were never meant to live in lack." You can sense it when you pause for just a moment and let yourself feel the gentle hum of life flowing through your body. In that sacred stillness, you find an invitation, a gentle call that says, "You deserve every ounce of goodness the universe can offer." Today, let's honor that call by exploring timeless meditation techniques that awaken the flow of prosperity within you. As we set the tone, remember that abundance isn't merely about material gain. It's about embracing the richness of life in all its forms. Loving relationships, joyful experiences, healthy connections, and a sense of calm that infuses every breath. When you align your inner world with these higher intentions, you pave the way for external circumstances to shift in your favor. This journey begins with awareness. Think of awareness as the key that unlocks a hidden door within your consciousness. Each time you bring gentle attention to your thoughts and feelings, without judgment, your mind softens. This softening creates space for possibilities you might never have considered. In that space, you are free to plant seeds of gratitude, hope, and purpose. Over the next moments, we'll dive into techniques that gently reprogram the stories you tell yourself. We'll explore powerful forms of breathwork that calm the restless mind, guided visualizations that awaken your creativity, and affirmations that reinforce your inherent worth. You'll also learn about the subtle art of releasing emotional burdens, because carrying the weight of old hurts can block the blessings right in front of you. Each step we take is designed to keep you curious. Instead of revealing every detail from the start, we'll approach each technique with fresh energy. Consider it an unfolding tapestry, each thread revealing a new color or pattern you didn't notice before. By the end, you'll have a complete picture of how to meditate in a way that magnetizes abundance into your life. It's important to trust yourself throughout this process. Sometimes, doubts sneak in. You might question whether these methods truly work or whether you're even worthy of success. Know that you have full permission to feel uncertain. Honor those thoughts as part of your transformation, like clouds passing through a sky that remains limitless and bright. So, take a moment. Inhale and exhale gently. Feel your body soften. Sense the quiet magic of your own being. Let yourself become aware of the possibilities waiting to bloom. You've just opened the door to a more expansive life. Now let's walk through it together, step by step, as we embrace a gentle opening to abundance. Begin by letting the tension in your shoulders melt away, almost as if you're exhaling a burden you were never meant to carry. In this calmer state, your mind becomes a gentle garden where seeds of possibility can take root. When you hear words like abundance, it's easy to think of financial gain alone. But abundance is broader. It includes well-being, inner peace, and the precious alignment between your heart's desires and your everyday reality. This opening phase is all about relaxation. Allow yourself to notice small details: the pace of your breath, the temperature of the air around you, the warmth in your chest when you focus on gratitude. As tension dissolves, your energy shifts from guarded to open, and that very openness is an invitation for blessings to enter. Recently, there's been a wave of self-help conversations around the concept of heart-brain coherence. People are discovering that when the rhythm of your heart syncs with the calm focus of your mind, you slip into a state of inner harmony. In this harmony, you become more receptive to life's gifts. Imagine your heart and brain teaming up as the ultimate creative partners, orchestrating a new reality, one where abundance feels natural, not forced. Here's a simple practice. Place a hand over your heart and breathe. Listen to the beat under your palm. Silently affirm, I welcome serenity. I welcome growth. Repeat it a few times, each time allowing the words to settle deeper into your core. Visualize them weaving into your heartbeat, almost as if they're part of your own life force. This gentle ritual softens any internal walls you've built, clearing the path for broader insights. Speaking of insights, you might wonder what makes this relaxation so crucial. Think of your mind as a conduit. When it's noisy and cluttered, any affirmation or visualization can get lost in the din of doubts and worries. But when you slow down, your mental chatter subsides, revealing a space where new seeds can be planted. That's the real power of beginning with calm. Keep in mind that each person's journey into relaxation is unique. Maybe a simple breath exercise works for you. Maybe you prefer soft music or nature sounds. The how doesn't matter as much as the consistent practice of inviting ease into your body. Over time, you'll notice this sense of ease following you even in stressful moments, reminding you that you can always come back to your inner sanctuary. Now that you're gently settling into a more peaceful state, get ready to expand your understanding of how all this ties into a universal flow of energy. Because once the noise of daily life is turned down, you can actually feel how supportive the universe is, lovingly guiding you toward the next step of your journey. And that next step is to explore the vast current of possibilities that always surrounds you, just waiting for your attention. Picture your life as a river, ever flowing, constantly renewing, and always moving toward a grander ocean of existence. Much like a river, you are tapped into a source far bigger than your personal identity. Call it the universe, divine intelligence, or simply the boundless well of creativity. The name isn't crucial. What matters is recognizing you're supported by a force that thrives on expansion and generosity. When you're open to this flow, you become a conscious participant in the dance of life. Instead of struggling upstream, you let the current guide you to new opportunities. You might feel a nudge to call a friend, turn on a motivational recording, or read a specific book, only to discover later that these small actions unlock big breakthroughs. It's no coincidence, it's alignment with universal energy. Here's the key. Everything is interconnected. The thoughts you entertain affect your emotions. Your emotions influence your physical body, and your body, in turn, generates signals that shape your reality. This chain reaction can either spiral into limitation or blossom into abundance. The deciding factor is your focus. If you dwell on what's lacking, you literally train your brain to filter out opportunities. By consciously focusing on possibilities, you prime your brain and heart to notice gifts tucked into ordinary moments. Now, you might have heard skeptics say, "This is too mystical." But consider modern scientific conversations around quantum physics and consciousness, which suggests that our perception helps co-create our experience of reality. In simpler terms, the energy you bring to life has a profound ripple effect. Staying attuned to positivity opens doors. Dwelling on negativity tends to keep them shut. So how do you harness this universal flow? First, acknowledge that it's already present. It's not something you need to create or manufacture. Think of it like radio waves swirling around you all the time. You just need to tune your internal receiver to a station that broadcasts abundance. One practical exercise is to pause and silently say, "My thoughts are channels for infinite possibility." As you repeat this phrase, let yourself feel the truth of it. Note any sensations of warmth, expansiveness, or relief that bubble up. Be gentle with yourself if you find old doubts or fears creeping in. They're part of your journey too. Each time you spot a limiting thought, like "I'll never make ends meet" or "I don't deserve happiness," treat it as a signal to reset. Shift your focus back to that sense of universal support. Over time, this becomes second nature, and you'll find yourself more frequently gliding with the current instead of fighting against it. Up next, we'll explore breathwork and body awareness, two potent methods for grounding all this conceptual wisdom into tangible experience. Because it's one thing to intellectually understand the flow of universal energy, and another to physically feel it coursing through your very being. Let's move into that direct experience so you can embody the alignment you've just been learning about. If you've ever noticed how a single deep breath can calm your nerves, you already have a glimpse of the power that lies within deliberate breathing. The act of inhaling and exhaling isn't merely a physiological necessity, it's a gateway to presence. Presence, in turn, is the fertile ground where abundance can take root. When you're fully present, your mind isn't lost in the regrets of yesterday or the worries of tomorrow. Instead, it's tuned into the now, where real transformation happens. Let's talk about a simple yet powerful technique: slow, mindful breathwork. Find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down. Close your eyes if that feels soothing. Take a long, unhurried inhale through your nose, feeling your chest and belly expand. Pause for a second, acknowledging the energy filling your body. Then exhale gently through your mouth, releasing tension you might not even have known you were holding. Do this for a few cycles, letting your breath lengthen with each round. While you breathe, silently affirm, "I breathe in abundance. I breathe out worry." As you settle into this rhythm, transition into a body scan. Start at your toes and gradually move your awareness upward. Notice any areas that feel stiff or uncomfortable. Instead of judging the discomfort or trying to fix it, imagine wrapping it in kindness. You could even say something like, "I see you and I release you." Continue traveling your focus up through your legs, torso, arms, and finally the crown of your head. With each breath, invite these areas to relax and open. This is not about forcing anything. It's about offering gentle permission for your body to soften. Why does this matter for manifesting abundance? Because your physical body houses your emotional and mental patterns. Tension in your hips or tightness in your shoulders can be physical reflections of stress, fear, or anxiety that restrict the flow of good into your life. When you consciously relax these areas, you're signaling to your entire system that it's safe to receive, safe to heal, safe to believe in brighter outcomes. In many modern mindfulness circles, people talk about embodiment as the next step after theoretical understanding. Breathwork and body scans provide a direct path to that embodied state. Instead of just thinking about abundance, you start feeling it resonate through each cell. Over time, that resonance amplifies, and it becomes easier to trust that you're worthy of the good you seek. You won't just think you deserve abundance, you'll feel it in your bones. Before we move on, take one more breath with your full awareness. Let your lungs expand. Notice the gentle stretch in your rib cage and exhale with a sense of relief. Let the sensation of calm remind you that you are more than capable of grounding all these teachings into your lived experience. Our next step will be to shape this calmness into something even more vivid, a guided visualization where you'll see, touch, and taste your dreams. Let's head there now. The beauty of the human mind lies in its ability to dream and create. If you've ever gotten lost in a daydream, then you understand how real imagined scenarios can feel. Guided visualization uses this same creative power with intention, helping you mold energetic possibilities into a more tangible form. It's like rehearsing for a performance you'll soon give in real life, except the stage is your personal path to abundant living. Start by finding a quiet, cozy space. Sit or lie down with minimal distractions. Close your eyes gently and let your breath settle. Now imagine a scene that represents abundance to you. Maybe it's a lush garden overflowing with vibrant flowers and fruit. Perhaps it's an open road leading to a bright horizon, or it could be you, receiving wonderful news about a cherished dream becoming reality. As you craft this mental scene, engage all your senses. Notice the colors, the sounds, the textures. Do you hear birds singing? Can you smell fresh blossoms? Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin? Allow your emotions to surface. Let the joy, relief, or excitement bloom in your chest. Affirm silently, "My inner vision shapes my reality." This statement cements your belief that the images in your mind are potent seeds. Energy flows where focus goes, and by focusing on these uplifting images, you signal to your inner self that they are a priority. Over time, your behaviors, choices, and even unconscious patterns begin to align with making these visions a living truth. Some people shy away from visualization, worried that it's a form of make-believe or escapism. But in reality, it's a form of mental training akin to athletes rehearsing their moves. Studies in sports psychology show that mental practice can significantly enhance performance. Why should manifesting abundance be any different? When you repeatedly envision your ideal outcomes, you're essentially rehearsing for success, conditioning your brain and body to function in harmony with your highest goals. If doubts arise, let them be. Acknowledge them like passing clouds that briefly cross a bright sky. Gently return your attention to the warm glow of your visualization. Remember, you're not forcing anything. You're simply allowing yourself to bask in the possibility of expansion. If you practice this daily, even for a few minutes, you'll notice a subtle yet powerful shift in how you approach your day. You'll look for hints of abundance in your environment, and you'll be more inclined to act when opportunities present themselves. As you wrap up your visualization, take a few calming breaths. Reflect on what you saw, heard, or felt. Maybe you noticed colors more vividly, or maybe a specific phrase echoed in your mind. Treasure these details. They're part of the roadmap your intuition is offering. Soon, you'll learn how affirmations can strengthen that roadmap, turning each step into a confident stride toward genuine, lasting prosperity. Affirmations are like tiny but powerful seeds planted in the garden of your subconscious. When watered with repetition and belief, they sprout into new habits of thought, habits that influence your choices, your relationships, and your sense of self-worth. After all, the words you speak silently to yourself can either limit you or liberate you. By choosing affirmations wisely, you reclaim the pen that writes your life story. How do you choose affirmations that stick? Start with short, positive statements anchored in the present tense, as though what you desire is already true. For instance, I trust the universe to enrich my life. That single sentence affirms trust, openness, and faith in a benevolent universe. Other examples include, my life is unfolding with ease and abundance, or I am a magnet for healthy connections and opportunities. The key is to pick words that resonate deeply with you, so they spark genuine emotion. Repetition is your ally here. Jot these affirmations on sticky notes and place them on mirrors, desks, or the fridge, wherever your eyes wander throughout the day. If you're feeling adventurous, record your voice saying these affirmations and listen to them while you get ready in the morning or wind down at night. The more you hear or read them, the more they become part of your internal dialogue. It's normal to feel a bit awkward initially, especially if you're used to self-criticism. Think of it as learning a new language. At first, the sounds may be unfamiliar, but with practice, they become second nature. Also, be prepared for moments when doubts flare up. Maybe an inner critic says, "This is silly," or "You'll never really change." Acknowledge those thoughts, then gently guide your attention back to your chosen affirmation. Each time you do this, you're training your mind to focus on constructive rather than destructive narratives. To supercharge this process, tie your affirmations to everyday actions. For example, every time you wash your hands, silently repeat, "I cleanse my life of doubt and welcome abundance." Or before you check your emails, say, "I am open to wonderful news and opportunities." These simple rituals anchor positive statements into the small routines that make up your life, ensuring your transformation is woven seamlessly into your day. Remember, affirmations aren't magic spells, they're catalysts. They shift your inner landscape so you can make different choices when real-world scenarios arise. You may find yourself taking a leap of faith you previously would have avoided, or treating yourself with more kindness instead of harsh judgment. Over time, those choices accumulate into a life that mirrors your highest vision. Next, we'll explore how gratitude and emotional clearing can further cement these new patterns. Affirmations and gratitude go hand in hand, each reinforcing the other. If affirmations are seeds, gratitude is the nourishment that helps them blossom fully. Let's dive into that nurturing process now. Gratitude has a special magic. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already plentiful. When you acknowledge the blessings in your life, no matter how small, it's as though you're telling the universe, "Yes, I see the good you've placed on my path, and I'm ready for more." This mindset draws in even greater abundance because it cultivates an atmosphere of receptivity and joy. Rather than chasing after external validation, you become a loving witness to the miracles that surround you every day. But what if you're grappling with heavy emotions like resentment, grief, or anger? That's where emotional clearing comes in. It might feel counterintuitive to talk about negative emotions in a conversation about abundance, but releasing them is vital. Unresolved feelings can act like hidden anchors, holding you back from fully embracing the good that life wants to offer. By recognizing and gently letting go of these feelings, you free up mental and emotional space for positivity. One increasingly popular self-help practice is journaling with your non-dominant hand. The idea is that it allows your subconscious mind to express itself more freely, bypassing the inner critic. If a troubling memory or strong emotion surfaces, write about it without judgment. Then flip the narrative by affirming, "I release the weight of the past. I step forward light and unburdened." You'd be surprised how liberating it feels to let your lesser explored feelings find expression on paper. Once they're acknowledged, they often lose their grip on you. To foster heart-centered gratitude, create a simple daily ritual. Maybe each morning, list 3 things you appreciate, like having a comfortable bed, a supportive friend, or a skill you're proud of. Repeat this at night, adding 3 new items to your gratitude list. Over time, you'll train your mind to automatically scan for the positive. You might also notice that moments of coincidence or lucky breaks start to happen more frequently. This isn't because the world changed overnight, but because your focus did, allowing you to see and act on opportunities that were always there. Whenever you catch yourself feeling jealous or shortchanged, pause and take a mindful breath. Acknowledge the feeling, then redirect your attention to something you value in your life. This practice doesn't deny your frustrations. It gently pivots your perspective so you don't linger in a state of lack. With practice, your emotional spectrum broadens, and joy becomes a more familiar resting place. As you grow in gratitude and let go of emotional clutter, affirmations become even more potent. The positive words you speak to yourself can take root in a mind that isn't clouded by old grudges or doubts. The final piece of this puzzle is to trust the flow and surrender resistance. True abundance flourishes when you allow yourself to be guided and supported, confident that everything is aligning in your favor. We'll explore that state of trust in the next section. Imagine standing on the edge of a vast ocean. You know the water is ready to hold you, to carry you if you simply let go of the shore. Trust is that moment of release, of stepping into a larger current that's been waiting to guide you. It may feel risky to surrender your control, yet in that surrender lies the path to more profound abundance. Fear often tells you to grip tighter, but your true power emerges when you loosen your grip and flow with life's natural rhythms. Surrender doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means recognizing that there are forces at play beyond your limited perspective. It's allowing intuitive nudges, synchronicities, and unexpected blessings to shape your journey. If you're constantly trying to orchestrate every outcome, you might miss the subtle miracles whispering for your attention. When you trust the unfolding of events, you open yourself to help from sources you never imagined, such as a new friend, a chance encounter, or even a book that lands in your lap at the perfect moment. A practical way to nurture trust is to set a daily intention like, "I open my heart to guidance and welcome all good things into my life." Then actively look for signs. Maybe it's a message you hear on the radio that seems eerily timely, or someone unexpectedly offering advice that aligns perfectly with your needs. Every time you spot such a sign, acknowledge it and say a quiet, "Thank you." This amplifies your awareness, gradually retraining you to expect support rather than sabotage from the universe. Resistance often appears as second-guessing, self-doubt, or the urge to micromanage every detail. When you feel that tension building inside, pause. Close your eyes, take 3 slow breaths, and ask, where can I trust more right now? Let the answer arise naturally. Sometimes it means delegating a task. Other times, it means releasing a timeline or an expectation. It may mean forgiving yourself or someone else. Each act of trust removes a brick from the fortress of fear, letting more light shine in. In addition to trusting, true surrender requires compassion for yourself. Old patterns of worry or control don't vanish overnight. They fade as you consistently choose faith over fear. Praise every small victory, a moment you decided to let go or believed in a positive outcome. These small acts accumulate, transforming the atmosphere around you. People might even comment on how calm or different you seem, noticing your newfound ease before you fully see it in yourself. Now that you're learning to live from a place of trust, you're ready to complete this journey with a unifying perspective. In the final section, we'll gather all these pieces: relaxation, universal flow, breathwork, visualization, affirmations, gratitude, emotional clearing, and surrender, and integrate them into one cohesive tapestry. Get ready for the closing words that remind you how powerful your transformation truly is. Every exercise you've practiced, breathwork, visualization, affirmations, gratitude, emotional release, and trust, joins together like notes in a symphony. When each note is played with intention, the result is a harmonious masterpiece called your abundant life. Think about how far you've come in this short time. You started with a desire for something more, something richer, and you discovered that wealth was never just about money. It was about welcoming the fullness of experience that life offers. Recapping the journey, you learned that the mind and body form a dynamic partnership. By releasing tension and opening your heart, you make room for the currents of universal energy to flow in. Understanding that this energy is ever present inspired you to cultivate a supportive internal environment, breathing deeply, embracing stillness, and choosing uplifting thoughts. You explored visualization, using the power of imagination to set the stage for real-world miracles. You added layers of positive reinforcement through affirmations, consistently reminding yourself that you are worthy of every good thing. In the realm of emotional clearing, you bravely recognized old wounds and patterns that needed to be released. Through gratitude, you pivoted your focus to life's gifts, acknowledging each moment as an opportunity to learn, grow, and love. Finally, you learned to trust and surrender, recognizing that true abundance often arrives in forms you couldn't predict. Letting go of rigid expectations frees you to notice the delightful surprises life sprinkles along your path. Now, consider how you'll weave these insights into your daily routine. Perhaps each morning, you'll begin with a few minutes of mindful breathing, followed by a heartfelt affirmation. During midday breaks, you might briefly visualize the prosperity you're welcoming, feeling it in your core. Before bed, you could write a short gratitude list and release any lingering tension or unresolved emotions. These simple practices, done consistently, become an ever-growing tapestry of positivity. As you step forward, hold on to this essential truth: abundance is your birthright, and the world is more than willing to give when you are ready to receive. That readiness isn't about working harder. It's about aligning your inner state with the frequency of love, gratitude, and trust. When doubts surface, as they sometimes will, treat them like passing weather. You remain the constant sky, open and vast, unshaken by the clouds. Let's close with one final affirmation to anchor the energy of everything you've learned. My life expands in beautiful ways. Abundance is my natural state. Speak these words with conviction, allowing your body to resonate with their truth. Envision a vibrant light filling your heart, radiating outward into the world, carrying your intention to share and multiply blessings wherever you go. This is just the beginning of your journey. Each day invites new discoveries, deeper self-awareness, and a richer connection to the limitless good that surrounds you. Embrace this adventure with an open heart and watch in awe as life responds to your unwavering faith in its unending generosity.